Good morning, everybody. The sky is blue, the sun is shining. It is a wonderful day to be alive. I'm sitting here enjoying a hot cup of coffee from McDonald's at the Love's Truck Stop in Blacksburg, South Carolina. And this morning I'm thinking about 9/11. I'm wondering this morning, where were you on that day 24 years ago? I remember so vividly where I was at on that fateful day. I had gotten up just like any other morning, left the house, said goodbye to my wife, both of my little children, walked out the door, jumped in the vehicle, and started down the road. And it was only a few minutes later that I received a phone call from my wife that I needed to turn the radio on. Something terrible had happened. I'll never forget pulling into a parking space in front of the courthouse on the square in Searcy, Arkansas, sitting under the shade of a gigantic oak tree and listening in horror to the live reports coming across the radio concerning the Twin Towers. At first, I thought this must be a very, very horrible prank. But after a few minutes, I finally got out of my truck. I walked across the street to a small little cafe. I walked inside and sat down in one of my usual booths. I'll never forget the somber atmosphere on that particular morning. No one was speaking above a whisper. Most people were on their cell phones or were leaned over the tables, whispering to one another. After a few minutes of awkward silence, I finally said something to the gentleman sitting across from me concerning the events that were unfolding. And after a few minutes, I realized I wasn't going to be able to eat my meal. I got up and made the short drive across town to the church that I had recently launched with my family. I walked inside and got down on my knees and began to pray. I prayed for the victims. I prayed for their families. I prayed for our country. I prayed for myself, for my wife, for my children. I prayed concerning our present, and I prayed concerning our future. I will never forget how I felt as I left the church that day and quickly made my way back home. I walked in the door and embraced my wife, wrapped my arms tightly around both of my children, and began to realize life at best is short and extremely unpredictable. We can be here today and gone tomorrow. And because of that, we must never take life for granted. We must learn to live every day as if it were our last day. 24 years later, may we never forget 2,977 people lost their lives. not including the 19 hijackers. 246 passengers and crew aboard commercial airliners. 2,606 innocent people died at the Twin Towers at the time or later from injuries sustained during the attack. 125 people were killed at the Pentagon. The youngest victim was 2 years old. The oldest victim was 82 years old. Nobody survived above the impact zone in the North Tower. However, 18 managed to escape from the floors above the impact zone in the South Tower. Citizens from 77 countries were among the dead. New York City alone lost 441 of their brave first responders. Although 24 years have passed, I want to say again today, may we never forget. May we never forget the innocent lives that were taken. May we never forget all of the families that were impacted because of the tragic events of that day. May we never forget the brave men and women who sprang into action, putting their own lives on the line to help rescue and save others. May we never forget the love, the compassion, the care, and the concern that multitudes extended to the victims of the atrocity. May we never forget the resilience, and the bravery, and the pride of our nation in the days, the weeks, the months, and even years following 9/11. I was proud to be an American then, and I'm even more proud to be an American today. God bless the United States of America.